A very good morning and warm welcome to all the teachers, students, and research scholars to the one-day webinar come training session on Urkund, now Original, a plagiarism detection software, organized by Nalanda Nityakala Mahavidyalay's library under the aegis of IQAC Cell in association with eGalactic Pune. Nalanda Nityakala Mahavidyalaya is the College of Indian Classical Dancing permanently affiliated to University of Mumbai. It is the only college under the University of Mumbai where bachelor's, master's and PhD degrees are awarded to the students of Indian classical dance. It was established in the year 1973 by the famous dancer, academician Padma Bhushan Dr. Srimati Kanagrele. The college provides formal academic education in classical dance styles like Bharatnatyam, Mohiniyattam, Kathak, and Odissi. The college also boasts of drafting and designing a unique course called Masters in Performing Arts Human Movement, focusing on human kinetics, fitness, and nutrition. The college follows ancient Guru Shishya Parampara, where the practical side of the dance is done in a traditional method and the theory by academically trained dancers and professors. Though the college mission is to create a total dancer as cultural ambassadors, it also aims to develop research aptitude in performing arts. Thus, the college encourages master students to take up dissertation in their second year and has a very active PhD department. The college also has an in-house journal called Nalanda Sanskriti Prava with ISSN. In order to maintain quality and originality in research and in adherence to UGC's notification, our very dynamic and charismatic leader, Principal Ma'am, Dr. Srimati Umarele, insisted on buying UGC-approved anti-plagiarism software within the campus. Thus, Nalanda is one of the very few colleges in Mumbai having subscription to Urkund or Original. Now, at this juncture, I would like to invite our pillar of strength and motivation, our leader, Principal Ma'am, Dr. Srimati Umarele ji, to address the audience. Over to you, Madam.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Ms. Ramya, for introducing me so beautifully. I hope you all can hear me. Can you, all of you? I'm having very bad throat, but then I think it is at least audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So yes, welcome to a very original webinar that we have kept this time. And I think it is very, very perennial in today's times when we have so much of research going on in Nalanda, where we find our students, our ex-students, our current students who take up this kind of challenge of research in performing arts. And it is a very niche subject by itself. So I'm very happy that this time our library committee and our librarian, Ms. Ramya, she really took the initiative and organized this seminar, which is so perennial for our performing arts. So yes, coming to that, I am also happy that our resource person, Ms. Preeti Rathi, Product Training Manager of eGalactic Pune, has agreed to come as a resource person for today's webinar. And I personally always feel, and because we have also heard from Padma Bhushan Dr. Srimati Kanagrele, that research, when you break the word, research, there is already a search which has been done, which you are going to research. So it is so important to understand how to get it organized and how would you do it in your research work. So today, because of this plagiarism, which has become, it has become perennial to go through the way you say give the references or you give the footnotes and everything. So it is so important for us to understand how to give citation, how to give the quotation, quote, I mean. And it is so important to not fall prey to any kind of wrong practices. And that is why this webinar is the most relevant thing that we thought to conduct. So I welcome all the participants and I welcome our resource person. And I'm so happy and thankful to Ramya and our library committee for taking up this task in a very beautiful manner. I'm sure it is going to benefit everyone today. And this always, see, ma'am, we are the only College of Indian Classical Dance affiliated to University of Mumbai. And we being an only college, so many times we find our students, our ex-students or even outsiders who want to do PhD in Nalanda because it is an experience when you study in Nalanda. And then we have this formal pattern where we have brought, as Ramya rightly said, that we have brought up Guru Sishya Parampara at the university level where we are wanting people to take up this in the right sense. So I'm sure your lecture today is going to throw light on this topic in the best possible way for all the future students of Nalanda and others also, because I know there are outsiders also have joined for this particular webinar. I thank each one of you, and I'm sure you will gain a lot of knowledge with today's sessions that we have. Thank you so much. Good morning and take care.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would like to invite our professor and IQAC coordinator, Dr. Srimati Meenakshi Iyer Gangopadhyay, to address the audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramya. Namaskar. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all for today's webinar cum training session on Ouriginal, organized by Nalanda's IQAC and the library in association with eGalactic Pune. Publish or perish. This is now becoming a way of life and points to the pressure to publish academic work in order to succeed in an academic career. But this has taken away the true meaning and joy of academic research. The pressure to increase the number of publications has led to unethical practices and wasteful research. The biggest danger is that of plagiarism, wherein knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally, we represent someone else's work as our own. To avoid such unethical practices in academic research, there are certain checks, and one such software is Ouriginal, formerly known as Urkund, that helps detect and prevent plagiarism. The UGC has laid down certain regulations for the promotion of academic integrity and prevention of plagiarism in higher educational institutions. Researchers and research students need to know about this. As per the UGC regulations, for dissertations and PhD thesis, up to 10% plagiarism, there's no penalty. Up to 10% to 40%, there's resubmission of a revised script within a time period not exceeding 6 months. For detection of plagiarism up to 40 to 60%, students will be debarred from submitting. Also, the supervisor or the guide will not be allowed to guide students for 2 years. Above 60% of plagiarism, registration of candidate will be cancelled and the supervisor will not be allowed to supervise or guide for the next 3 years. Thus, there are many more such important guidelines which research students need to be acquainted with. The main objective of today's webinar is to give operational functioning of the software Ouriginal, like how it detects the plagiarism content from the document, etc. I am hoping that today's webinar cum training session on Ouriginal by Ms. Preeti Rathi, the Product Training Manager of eGalactic Pune, will indeed be very informative, useful, and help clear all our doubts on this most relevant topic. I now request our professor and member of the Library Advisory Committee, Dr. Chinmay Devdar, to kindly introduce our guest speaker. Thank you.
Namaste. It's my utmost pleasure to introduce our resource person for today's webinar, Ms. Preeti Rathi. Ms. Preeti Rathi secured her BCA degree from Birla Institute of Technology. She then completed her master's in business administration from Symbiosis University. Her passion for the field of education didn't allow her to stop, and hence she completed her bachelor's in education program from Ravi Shankar Shukla University, Raipur. Presently, she is working as product training manager in eGalactic Pune. She has rich experience of teaching students across all levels. Her experience of 15 years in the field of teaching strengthened her belief that education has the deepest, long-lasting, and life-changing impact on an individual. Her expertise is in the plagiarism detection tools, which is indeed a very important field in the research and academics. She is conducting training programs on plagiarism for more than 4 years now. She has conducted almost 500 training sessions in 400 different institutes and universities in India and Sri Lanka. We are very fortunate and pleased to have you as a resource person for this webinar, madam. Your session will be definitely helpful for our faculty, research scholars, and participants. Now I request Preeti madam to start her session. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Honorable Principal Ma'am Dr. Uma Rele, Honorable Dr. Minakshi, Dr. Chinmay, as well as Ramya Ma'am, faculty members, research scholars, and everyone else present on the webinar. On behalf of eGalactic, let me extend a warm welcome to all of you for being a part of this session. And it gives me immense pleasure to be a part of this webinar, which has been organized by Nalanda Nritya Kala Mahavidyalaya. And I would also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the institution for giving me this chance to take all of you through Ouriginal today. So with the request, with your request, ma'am, I would like to start sharing my screen so that I can take everyone through Ouriginal. Ma'am, I hope the screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So I would like to start the session with a brief introduction about eGalactic. At eGalactic, we have more than 12 years of experience in this field. And the basic goal is to assist faculties and institutes to enhance the quality of education. We try to understand the needs of the education market and then address those needs with the best available products across the globe. And the products that we are offering are being used by more than 1,500 universities and institutes in India and more than 10,000 institutes globally across 100 plus countries. Basically, we are offering products in 4 domains. The first one being the field of plagiarism detection system. Here we have Ouriginal. Earlier, this product was known as Urkund, but now Urkund has been rebranded as Ouriginal. The second is the area of thesis management system. Here we offer Skype Pro, followed by the area of simulation games, in which we have MarkStrat and the business strategy game, to name a few. We are also in the field of learning management system, whereby we offer Microsoft Teams, taking you through the details of Ouriginal. It is a Swedish product, and if I talk about its global reach, it is being used by more than 5,000 customers in more than 80 countries. A glimpse of few of the customers who are using Ouriginal globally can be seen at the left part of the slide. At the same time, the best part about Ouriginal is that it can be integrated with any learning management system. A few of the learning management partners with which Ouriginal is generally integrated can be seen at the right part of the slide. We feel extremely humbled to be associated with the Shodshuddhi program. As Ramya ma'am briefed us, Urkund has been rolled out by eGalactic and in Flipnet to all the universities and CFTIs in India from 1st of September 2019 under the Shodshuddhi program. Shodshuddhi is an initiative of Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, and it was launched by Honorable Minister of Human Resource Development then, Sri Ramesh Pokhriyal Sir, on Saturday, 21st of September 2019. The next is certain unique features of Ouriginal. The first one is monitoring with Ouriginal is easy. It means before the accounts are being created for an institution, we have the option to bifurcate the university or the institute on the basis of the department or on the basis of the subjects taught. Up to 2 levels of hierarchy, we can create the organization level such that we are able to keep a track on the number of submissions done by each organization level. At the same time, we have the option to create individual faculty accounts such that the students can submit the document directly to the faculty members. However, I would like to emphasize here, all the accounts are regulated from the ends of the Ouriginal coordinator. It means none of the faculty members can start using Ouriginal unless and until the access is being given by the Ouriginal coordinator of your institute. So for the accounts, you can get in touch with the Ouriginal coordinator. A very important feature of Ouriginal is that it avoids false positive reports because none of the faculty members in an authentic situation are interested in going through a report that has a lot of false positives. False positive reports clutters the report to such an extent that it becomes meaningless to use Ouriginal. At the same time, there can be an increased risk of wrongly accusing the students of plagiarizing. False positive reports are time-consuming and can lead to undetected cases of plagiarism. This is the reason why the system avoids false positive reports and provides us with true similarity percentages. An equally important feature of Ouriginal is that it supports multiple Indian languages. Over 30 languages are being supported, including Hindi, Sanskrit, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Marathi, Bengali, Urdu, etc. The only thing that we need to keep in mind while uploading a document in regional languages, that regional language documents need to be uploaded in Unicode compliant font. Each language has a particular Unicode compliant font for it. Whenever we are trying to upload documents which are in regional language, we need to ensure that they are being uploaded in Unicode such that the system reads it and is able to provide us with the report. And also, if I talk about Hindi language, Arial Unicode MS as well as Mangal font are the two Unicode compliant fonts which are being supported by Ouriginal. So whenever a Hindi document has to be uploaded, kindly ensure that it is uploaded in Mangal or in Arial Unicode MS for the system to be able to read it and provide us with the report. At the same time, the original interface is available in English, Turkish, French, German, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, Swedish, Finnish, Danish, Norwegian, Dutch, and Polish. An equally important feature is that Ouriginal is not available for sale to ghostwriters or to cheaters. We are all aware that ghostwriting or contract cheating is a serious issue at the universities, whereby the original content is not being written by the researcher. It is being written by the ghostwriter who provides the contract essay along with the similarity report. However, our system is not available for individual sales. We sell it to institutions or to universities only. That is why it does not give ghostwriters the possibility to deliver similarity report from original along with the contract essay, making it harder for them to sell to students at those universities which are using original. This is the reason why we simply sell to universities, not to individuals, not to students, so that we can contribute a bit to improve the quality of research. If I talk about Original, it is an extremely easy tool to use. Basically, in this slide, we are able to see there are two characters. One is a submitter and the other is a receiver. As the name suggests, submitter is a person who can submit the document and receiver is a person who can receive the analysis report. So the moment the document has been uploaded by the submitter, the concerned person would receive an email from noreply@original.com. So basically that is a confirmation email. And in that confirmation email and post receiving the confirmation email, the document would be scanned for a similarity. It would be analyzed for similarity and a similarity score would be generated. In the next step, the report is being shared with the receiver who is then able to read and understand the report. So we just saw that the account that we create for the research scholars is the submitter account, and under that they are able to only upload the document. However, the account that we create for the faculty members, the research supervisors and the guides, that is the receiver account, and under the receiver account, they are able to upload the document as well as receive the analysis report. So Original model enables each faculties to have accounts subject to the institution's policies. The benefit of creating the faculty account is that the students can submit the document directly to the faculty members, achieving the purpose of addressing plagiarism. So the student account would allow them to upload the document and the receiver account would allow them to receive the report. However, when we create the receiver account, the concerned receiver is able to upload the document as well as receive the analysis report. Since I have discussed the introductory part, now I would like to take you through the technical details. Here we would talk about the faculty registration process. Under this, a request is being sent to the institute coordinator for registering someone as an original receiver. The moment the account has been created for the concerned person, he or she would receive an email from noreply@original.com, and here we are able to see a screenshot of the mail. And in this, we are able to see mail was sent from noreply@original.com. And when we scroll down, I'm able to see enclosed within this box is a unique analysis address. Just like each student of an institute or an organization is being provided with a roll number or a registration number, in the same way, each and every faculty that has been registered onto Original would be provided with a unique analysis address. This analysis address is extremely important because any document that we want to upload has to be sent as an attached file to this particular analysis address only. Now, this analysis address is connected to my registered email. That is why reports, once they are ready, would be sent to my registered email. Apart from receiving the report onto a registered email ID, each user also has a personal web-based inbox where he or she can receive the original report. And to use the inbox, I need to activate it via the link that is given here at the bottom. So this is the account activation link. Once I click onto account activation link, I am taken to the next page whereby I need to enter in my name, password. I need to retype my password and select my language. Once I accept the terms of service and click on create, I get a notification that the registration process has been completed and Original account has been configured for us. So this is the complete process using which the registration process is being completed. And once the registration has been completed, you can start uploading the document and you can start using Original. Now, I have successfully completed the registration. So now it is time to access my portal. In order to access the portal, we would log on to original.com. This is the official Original page. And in this page, right top side, there is a login option. Once you click on to login, the system scrolls, takes you to the next page in which we are supposed to select the option login to the web inbox global. Kindly click on to login to web inbox global. And once you click here, we are here at the login page. I would like to re-emphasize here that the login can be done using the email ID and the password. So in the second blocks that we are able to see, not on the top blocks, in the second blocks we can enter in the username and the password. And once I've entered them, I'll click on to sign in. The moment you click on to sign in, you are able to see the portal. This is how the portal looks like. In this portal, we are able to see all the details. So here you would be able to see the name of the uploaded document as well as the name of the submitter. At the same time, we are able to see the percentage of similarity. This percentage signifies the percentage copied found in the uploaded document. And this percentage can range anything between 0% to 100%. 0% signifies that no part of the document has been copied from any source, and 100% signifies that the entire document has been copied from some source. Apart from this, you are also able to see the document reference number. Any document that we have uploaded onto Ouriginal would be provided with a unique document reference number. And this document reference number is specifically useful in those cases when we are trying to coordinate with the support team regarding any query in any document. In that case, I would request you to share the document reference number with the team so that we are able to look into your query. At the same time, we would also be able to look into the date and time of upload as well as the analysis address that was generated. So all of these details you would be able to see here under the particular portal. Now, this was what was visible on the portal. Moving forward, let us talk about the modes by which we access Ouriginal. And there are three ways by which we access Ouriginal. The first one is accessing Ouriginal using the email. The second one is accessing Ouriginal using the web portal. And the third one is accessing Ouriginal using the learning management system. The first one, accessing Ouriginal using the email. Our email account is linked to our unique analysis address. Any document that I want to upload has to be sent as an attached file to this particular analysis address using my email. Immediately after I upload the particular document, I would receive a system-generated confirmation email that a particular document has been uploaded. Later on, once the report has been generated, again we would receive an email stating that the report is ready, and that mail contains a link using which you can access the analysis report. The second way to access Ouriginal is using the web portal. So the users can log in through the web portal as we discussed in the registration process. And the third one is accessing Ouriginal using the learning management system. Since Ouriginal can be integrated with any learning management system, that is why the third way by which we access Ouriginal is using the learning management system. The next is the ways by which we are able to upload the document. So first we registered ourselves as a receiver. After that, we looked into the modes by which we were able to access Ouriginal. And now the next one is uploading the document. So again here, there are two ways by which we upload a particular document. The first way to upload the document is document upload using my email. Excuse me. So document upload by email, the process of uploading the document using an email is similar to sending a mail to a particular person, with the only difference that instead of the email ID, I need to be typing in the analysis address. So here I am at the compose box of my registered email ID. And in this compose box, the first detail that I need to enter is a valid analysis address. This is the only difference here. Instead of the email ID, I need to be typing in the analysis address. After that, I would enter in the subject as well as the message. I would attach in the document for similarity. And after attaching in the document for similarity, I would click on to send. The moment you click on to send, document would be uploaded using an email. Immediately after you have uploaded the document using an email, you would receive a system-generated confirmation email that a particular document has been uploaded. Later on, once the report has been generated, again you would receive an email again you would receive an email stating that the report is ready, and that mail contains a link using which you can access the analysis report. So the process of uploading document using an email is similar to sending a mail to a particular person, with the only difference that instead of the email ID, I need to be typing in the analysis address. Rest all the process is the same. We need to enter in the subject, message, etc. We need to attach in the document, and once I click on to send, document would be uploaded using an email. The second way is uploading the document using the portal. For that, I would like to take you online. Here, I am at the portal in which you are able to see there's a plus sign. All we need to do is click onto this plus sign. The moment you click onto this plus sign, the system would ask you to add either the files or the folder. So I need to simply click onto files, and after that I would attach in that particular document which I wanted to be checked for similarity. Let us say I wanted to attach in that document. I have selected that particular document, and after this I'm supposed to follow the required steps. So the steps that I need to follow are, the first is adding in a valid analysis address, which is the most important part. And here, analysis address can be added by clicking on the drop-down menu. We have been registered as a receiver, and that is why I can select the analysis address from the drop-down menu. After this, I need to enter in the subject as well as the message. Once I have attached in the all the other details like subject and message, I can click on to upload file. The moment you click on to upload file, you would receive a pop-up on the screen that would say document upload started. At the same time, there would be another pop-up that would say document upload completed. We would have to wait till both the pop-ups have vanished from the system, and once the pop-ups have vanished, it signifies that the document has been uploaded successfully. So once we click on to upload file, the document would be uploaded. And immediately after we have uploaded a document using the portal, we would receive a system-generated confirmation email that a particular document has been uploaded. Also, you are able to see the other details like the name of the document, name of the submitter, document reference number, and so on. Each of these details we would be able to see under the portal, and this signifies that the document has been uploaded successfully. So this is the complete process of document upload. And now that we have uploaded a document, the next step would be to receive a report. Again, for the report, there are two ways. The first one is the moment the report has been generated, we would receive an email from noreply@original.com, and here we have this email. In this email, at the bottom part, we are able to see there is a link for the report. Once I click onto this link, the report would open up in a new page. Kindly disable the pop-up blocker if the new page does not open up. The second way to access the report is using the portal. Let us say in my portal, I had wanted to access a particular report. All I need to do is simply select that particular document. And after selecting in that document, what I need to do is I'll click on to open report. The moment I click on to open report, the report would open up in a new page. Kindly disable the pop-up blocker if the new page does not open up. So we just saw the two ways by which we are able to access the report. The first way to access the report was clicking onto that link that we receive on a registered email. And the second one was to select the document and click on open report in the portal, and then we would be able to access the report. Now, we are moving on to the most important part of today's session as to how do we read and understand a report. So in order to access the report, so here, I just wanted to take you through a sample report, and this is how the report looks like. Just a minute, ma'am. So this is how a sample report looks like. In this sample report, you would be able to see the document overview bar in the beginning. So at the top, we are able to see the document overview bar. This is the document overview bar. In this bar, we are able to see there are certain parts being highlighted in orange and others in blue. Those parts which were highlighted in orange would signify that some kind of matching text has been found. That means some similarity has been found, and other parts being highlighted in blue would signify that some kind of warning has been generated. By warning, I mean that something abnormal has been found in the document. Maybe some different script or writing system has been used. Maybe some abnormally longer words have been used, because of which the system generates a warning. So once you click onto a particular highlight, you would be able to see the details about that particular matching block of text. For example, the moment I clicked onto a particular highlight, the system would show me the details of this particular matching block of text, number of words in this block of text, the entire block of text. Along with it, we are also able to see the name of the source, type of the source, alternative sources, and in case if the subject matter expert thinks that this highlight need not have been included in the report, we have the option to uncheck it also. In case if you wanted to see more details about this particular block of text, you could click on to view details, and from there we could move on to the side-by-side comparison. At the same time, if you wanted to see the details about a particular warning, you could click onto this particular highlight, and here you would be able to see the details of this particular warning. In case if you wanted to do like have more closer look, you wanted more explanation, in that case you could click on to view details, and once you click on to view details, the system would show you side-by-side comparison for the warnings also. Now, when we scroll down, we would be able to see the details of the findings. Here we have two options, matching text as well as the warnings. In case if you wanted to see the details of the matching block of text, you could click onto this matching text here or at the orange icon. At the same time, if you wanted to see the details of the warnings, in that case, you could click onto the purple icon. So, this way, we are able to see the details. However, if we did, so basically what I'm trying to emphasize here is that we differentiate between matching text and warnings, and we can read them separately. In case if you wanted to see the details of the matching text, you could click onto matching highlights. In case if you wanted to see the details of the warning, you could click onto the warnings icon. However, if you did not want to go through the details of matching text or warnings, you instead wanted to view the entire document, in that case, you could click here, view the entire document. And once you click onto this option, view the entire document, the system would take you through the entire report. We are also able to see similarity percentage. So basically, there are two similarity percentages. The first one shows percentage of similarity found in this particular document. 79% of similarity is the percentage of similarity found in this document. Apart from this, we are also able to see there's something called receiver's similarity or receiver's average. So that shows average similarity of all the submitted documents to this particular receiver. At the same time, we have the third option called the submission details, whereby you would be able to see all the details about the document, such as name of the submitter, file name, date and time of submission, submission ID, words, etc. So each of these details we can see here under the submission details tab. Now, I would like to take you through the details of the three tabs of the report. For that, let me click onto matching text. And once I click onto matching text, I would be able to see the three tabs, findings, sources, as well as the entire document. So under the findings tab, we are able to see side-by-side comparison. That is the best part about the findings tab. We are able to do a side-by-side comparison. Left side is our uploaded document and right side is the matching source text. Now, Under this, we have lot of sub options. We have types here. In case if you wanted to see details of matching block of text, you could click onto orange icon. In case if you wanted to go through the warnings, you could click onto the purple icon. And the third one is the bin. So basically here we are able to navigate between the different matching block of text. In case if you wanted to see details of matching block of text, please click onto orange icon. In case if you wanted to see details of warnings, click onto purple icon. And the third one is the bin tab. Here, we also have an option called show in text or toggle buttons. Under the show in text or toggle button, we have the quotes option. Under the quotes option, if you wanted to see those parts of the document that were put within quotes, in that case, you can enable the quotes option. Once you have enabled the quoted option, parts of the document that were put within quotes would be highlighted in gray color. The second one is the brackets option. Under the brackets option, if you wanted to see those parts of the document that were put within brackets, you could enable the brackets option. And the third one is the detailed text differences. Under the detailed text difference, you can have a look at the exact difference between our uploaded document as well as the matching source text. So the quotes option, if you enable this option, parts of the document that were put within quotes would be highlighted in gray color. The brackets option is the second option. Under this, if you wanted to see those parts of the document that were put within brackets, you can enable this option. And once you enable this, parts of the document that were put within brackets would be highlighted in blue color. And the third one is the detailed text difference option. Under the detailed text differences, you would be able to see the exact difference between our uploaded document as well as the matching source text. So here we are able to see certain parts being highlighted in yellow and others in pink. Those parts which were highlighted in yellow are those which have been modified or changed, and other parts being highlighted in pink would signify those words which have been deleted. So the exact difference between our uploaded document. So those documents, I'm sorry, the exact difference between our uploaded document as well as matching source text would be brought to your notice once you enable the option show detailed text differences. Words highlighted in pink would signify that these words have been deleted, and the words highlighted in yellow would signify that these words have been modified or they have been changed. So the exact difference would be brought to our notice once you enable the option show detailed text differences. Now, apart from this, you are also able to see there's an include an analysis button. So basically, apart from overall similarity percentage, the system also brings to our notice the exact percentage of similarity for each individual block of text also. So if I just look into this, the overall similarity percentage was 79%, and the percentage of similarity for this particular block of text was 99%. In case if the subject matter expert thinks that this particular highlight need not have been included in the report, maybe because it was put within quotes, it was properly referenced, it was a definition or law or something like that, in that case, what you can do is you can uncheck this button, include an analysis, and once you uncheck it, this particular highlight would no longer be included in the report and the similarity score would be recalculated. So now when I'm just going through this particular report, so here I'm able to see this particular highlight, the entire like matching text was put within quotes. So maybe it was a definition or law or reference or something like that. In that case, I can uncheck this highlight, that is include an analysis, and once I uncheck it, I would be able to see that this particular highlight is no longer included in the report and the similarity score has been recalculated. So if the subject matter expert thinks that a particular highlight need not have been included in the report, you can uncheck this particular option, and once you do this, I'm able to see that this particular highlight need not have been is not included in the report and the similarity score has been recalculated. From 79%, it has come down to 75%. So this way we can do the like changes. Now when I scroll down, I would be able to see the details of the sources. So this was the source in which we are able to see the percentage of similarity. Sorry, this was the source from which the system found similarity. So bib.irb.hr is the name of the source. This is the link to the original source, and you can click onto this link to access the source. Apart from this, here there's also the symbol of the source. So it is being defined by W. So W stands for website, J stands for journal, T stands for textbook, and SA stands for student assignment. It means those documents which have been uploaded onto Original and have been saved onto Original's archive. So here the system shows you the name of the source as well as the type of the source. You are also able to see something called as alternative sources. So basically, when a particular document has been scanned for similarity, the system finds multiple sources in which similar content was found. However, the system would highlight just one source based on the ranking of our algorithm, and that particular source is termed as the primary source. The other sources in which similar content was found would be kept as alternative overlapping sources. So when the system scans a document for similarity, the system would find multiple sources in which similar content was found. However, the system would highlight just one source based on the ranking of our algorithm, and that particular source is termed as the primary source. The other sources in which similar content was found would be kept as alternative overlapping sources. And in case if you wanted to go through the details of the alternative sources, you could click onto alternative sources here. Once we click onto alternative source, we would be able to see the details of the alternative sources. Please be noted that alternative sources are bundled in what we call as level, since an overlap could be matches against several sources. In case if you wanted this particular matching block of text to be compared with alternative sources, not against the primary source, in that case, what we can do is I can select a particular level of source and I can click on to save and continue. Once I do this, I would be able to see that this particular highlight is no longer being compared against the document is this particular matching block of text is no longer being compared against the primary source. It is now being compared against the alternative sources, and hence the similarity score has been recalculated. So if the subject matter expert thinks that this particular block of text should not have been included, or maybe this matching block of text should not have been compared against the primary source, it needs to be compared against the alternative source. In that case, you could click on to alternative sources. As we discussed, alternative sources are bundled in what we call as level, since an overlap could be matches against several sources. Once you select the alternative source, this particular highlight would be compared against alternative sources, not against the primary source, and hence the similarity score would be recalculated. Now, after this, we also have a profile menu here. So under the profile menu, you would be able to see there is an option to enable quotes, to enable brackets, to show detailed text differences, and there's also an option to export the report. So a lot of options are there. And in case if you wanted to convert the report onto PDF and download it onto your system, in that case, you could click onto Profile Export Report. And once you click onto Export Report, the report would be converted onto PDF and it would be downloaded onto our system. Under the profile menu, we have an export report option. Once you click onto export report, the report would be converted onto PDF and it would be downloaded onto our system. The second one is the sources tab. Under the sources tab, we find the list of all the original sources that we had found during the analysis. These are the sources in which we found text similarities with the submitted document. So each of these details we would be able to see here under the sources tab. Now under the sources tab, the first option is the source list, and this shows us the list of identified sources in a separate view. We can view the original source by clicking on one of them in the list. So here we have the list of identified sources. You are able to see the name of the source, type of source, and so on. Apart from this, we are also able to see the source legion, and these icons will tell us what type of source is referred to here. W stands for website, J stands for journal, T stands for textbook, and SA stands for student assignment. It means those documents which have been uploaded onto Ouriginal and have been saved onto Ouriginal's archive. The third one is location in document, and this bar will show where did matches to specific source occur in the document. You can click onto a particular highlight to display a summary of the match, and you can head directly to the findings details. Apart from this, we also have something called alternative sources. Now, under the alternative source, again the same thing, that when a particular document has been scanned for similarity, the system would find multiple sources in which similar content was found. However, the system would highlight just one source based on the ranking of our algorithm, and that particular source is termed as the primary source. The other sources in which similar content was found would be kept as alternative overlapping sources. In case if you want your document to be compared with alternative sources, you could click onto the downward arrow key, and by clicking onto the downward arrow key, you would be able to see the alternative sources. In case if you do not want this particular document to be compared against the primary source, you instead wanted it to be compared against the alternative source. In that case, you can uncheck the primary source. And once you uncheck the primary source, we would be able to see that this particular document is now being compared against alternative sources, not against the primary source, and hence the similarity score would be recalculated. So this way, you would be able to have a look at ensure that the document is being compared against the alternative sources and not against the primary source. The next one is adding a missing source or URL. If you believe that there's a source missing, in that you are quite certain that a particular source has been used, in that case you could place the URL of that source in the input field, and a request to index it would be sent to the technical team. The next one is the entire document tab, and under this we are able to see the submitted document in its entirety here. All the findings are highlighted in the text, allowing us to do a side-by-side comparison. So here we have the entire document tab, and here submitted document would be shown in its entirety. There are certain parts which are being highlighted in orange and other parts which have been highlighted in purple. Those parts which were highlighted in orange would signify that some kind of matching text has been found, and other parts which were highlighted in blue would signify that some kind of warning has been generated. By warning, I mean that something abnormal has been found in the document. Maybe some different script or writing system has been used. Maybe some abnormally longer words have been used, because of which the system generates a warning. And if you click onto a particular findings or a particular matching icon here, the system would show you a side-by-side comparison. Left side would be our uploaded document, and right side would be the matching source text. So this way you can keep a track onto it, and we are able to do a side-by-side comparison. By clicking on to next, you would be able to have a look at all the highlights, and with this we are able to read and understand a report in detail. Now I would like to take you through duplicates. Just a minute, ma'am, I just wanted to check something. I apologize for the inconvenience, ma'am. I'll just start sharing the screen again. So here, I just wanted to take you through one last part, that is of duplicate reports. Basically, when we upload, or that of managing multiple submissions, when we upload a particular document onto Ouriginal, it is saved onto the repository by default. Next time when we upload the modified version of the document, the system would compare the document against the previously uploaded document, and hence we would get a very high percentage of similarity. This in our language we term as a duplicate report. So when a particular document has been scanned for similarity, it would be saved onto the repository by default. Next time when you upload the modified version of the document, the system would compare the document against the previously uploaded document, and hence we would get a very high percentage of similarity, and this in our language we term as a duplicate report. So there are three ways by which we handle this. The first one is submission from the same submitter account to the same receiver account in order to avoid duplicates. So when we upload a particular document from a particular submitter account to a particular receiver account, later on again I upload another document from the same submitter account to the same receiver account. In that case, the system understands that it is the student's own work, and hence it would not compare the document against the previously uploaded document, and this way you are able to avoid duplicates totally. So when we upload a particular document from a particular submitter account to a particular receiver account, later on again I upload a document from the same submitter account to the same receiver account. In that case, the system would not would understand that it is the student's own work, and hence it would not compare the document against the previously uploaded document. So this way we are able to avoid duplicates totally. So when a document has been uploaded from same submitter account to the same receiver account, later on again the document was uploaded from the same submitter account to the same receiver account. In that case, the document would not be compared with the previously uploaded document, and hence we are able to avoid duplicates totally. This was one way by which we are able to handle duplicates. The second way to handle duplicates is removing sources of earlier document submission. So here we are at a sample report. Let us say I wanted to open up a report here. Now in this report, I'm able to see it shows 100% similarity because the document was a modified document and it was compared with my previously uploaded document. In this case, what I can do is I can go to the sources tab. So I'll click on to matching text. I'll access the sources tab. Under the sources tab, we are able to see that the document is being compared with my previously uploaded document. Now, since it is being compared with my previously uploaded document, that is why I'm getting 100% similarity. In case if I did not want the document to be compared with my previously uploaded document, in that case, what I would do is I would uncheck the primary source. Basically, when you uncheck the primary source, you are instructing the system not to compare the document against your previously uploaded document. So you can uncheck the primary source, and the moment you have unchecked the primary source, the system would ask you whether the document needs to be compared against alternative overlapping sources. If you think that the document needs to be compared against the alternative overlapping sources, you can select a particular level of source. Please be noted that alternative sources are bundled in what we call as level. Since an overlap could be matches against several sources, you can select a particular level of source, and once you click on to save and continue, we would be able to see that this particular highlight is no longer being compared against the alternative, against the primary source. It is now being compared against the alternative sources, and hence we would get a modified percentage of similarity. So here from 100%, it has come down to 6%. This is the exact report. And now if you want this report to be used, what you can do is you can click on to profile, export report. And once you click on to export report, the report would be converted onto PDF and it would be downloaded onto our system. So we would now have a modified report in front of us. So here, this is how a PDF report looks like. We have a 6% report, and we can use this PDF report because this is the actual percentage. So this way, we can remove sources of earlier document submission. And the third way by which we are able to handle this is deletion of the documents permanently from the repository. And for that, you need to send the document reference number either to the original coordinator of your institution or to the support team at support@egalactic.in. And once you have sent the document reference number, the document can be deleted permanently from the repository. Next time when you upload the modified version of the document, the system would not compare the document against your previously uploaded document, and hence you would get the exact report. So this is the third way by which we are able to handle duplicates. And for that, you need to send the document reference number either to support team or to the original coordinator of your institution. And once that is there, the document can be deleted permanently from the repository, such that next time when you upload the modified version of the document, the system would compare the document against the previously uploaded document, and hence we would be able to avoid duplicates totally. Since the document is no longer a part of the repository, it cannot be compared now, hence we would get an exact report. So this is the third way by which we are able to handle duplicates. And with this, I would like to wrap up for today. I would like to thank Nalanda Nitya Kala Mahavidyalaya, especially Dr. Uma, Dr. Meenakshi and Ramya ma'am for giving me this chance to take all of you through Ouriginal today. And I hope that you found this session to be productive. In case if you have any queries, we can discuss them now. Later on, if you face any difficulty, please feel free to write to us at support@egalactic.in. Alternatively, you can give us a call at 84120-02525 between Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And we would be more than happy to help you in any way possible. Thank you so much for your time and for your patience. And I hope that this session was productive. Thank you, ma'am. In case if there's any query, we could discuss them now.
Thank you, ma'am, for such a detailed coverage of Urkund or Ouriginal. I would now request participants to kindly put their queries in the chat box, or they can unmute themselves and ask questions.
Ma'am, there are 2 questions in the chat box. Can I take them up?
Yeah. Ranjana Malgi can unmute herself and ask the question. Ma'am, we can take her question.
Yeah, so ma'am, the question was, can we exclude any part of document for which we do not need analysis? As I discussed during the session, ma'am, the system allows no exceptions. Like any part, wherever the system finds similarity, the system would consider that for similarity check. However, if the subject matter expert thinks that certain parts of the document need not have been included in the report, maybe because they were put within quotes, they were properly referenced, it was a definition, it was a law or something like that, in that case, we can manually exclude those parts and the similarity score would be recalculated. The system would not allow any exceptions. And in case if you've excluded any part, then the final percentage that we would arrive at would be the percentage of plagiarism. Please be noted that the percentage that is generated in the report is the percentage of similarity and not plagiarized. After the subject matter expert has reviewed the report, the final score is the percentage of plagiarism. There was another question, how many drafts can we upload for analysis? As such, there's no limitation on the number of times a particular document can be uploaded. However, we would not encourage multiple documents to be uploaded, because then the focus shifts from improving the quality of the report to just working on the percentage. So kindly refrain from uploading multiple documents, maybe once or twice, that is absolutely fine, but do not upload any document multiple times. There was also one more query that Marathi document can it be uploaded. Regional language documents can be uploaded provided they are in Unicode compliant font. So in case if you are trying to upload a Marathi document, please ensure that it is being uploaded in Unicode compliant font for the system to be able to read it and provide us with the report.
Ma'am, there is one query by a faculty member. She is asking if, in case of Unicode, what is the procedure to be done in order to make your script?
Ma'am, the document has to be written, like when we get the document typed, it has to be typed in Unicode compliant font. I can share the Marathi Unicode fonts with you, ma'am, post the session, and the same, ma'am, can be communicated. So the idea of uploading the document in Unicode compliant font is that if I'm trying to upload a Hindi document, for example, and as I said that Mangal font is being supported, in that case, the document would have to be typed in Mangal font, such that the system is able to read it. In the same way, for Marathi font also, I would share the Unicode compliant fonts for Marathi, and the document needs to be typed in that particular font.
Yes, ma'am, please.
I will do that. I'll immediately share it parallel while I'm just.
And also, ma'am, there is one query. Since we are by Sanatan Chakravarti, he's saying since we are first-time researchers, we will be referring to many books.
Yes, ma'am. This was in continuation of the query that they had, whether multiple times a particular document can be uploaded. So as I said that we can upload the document multiple times. However, ma'am, as a practice, we should try to refrain from uploading the document multiple times. And like the idea is that the focus should not change. It should not shift from improving the quality of work. When we upload a document multiple times, what happens is that then the focus is only on reducing the percentage of similarity. So that is not the right practice. We do not, the system would not restrict you from uploading a document multiple times. We understand that first-time researchers might face certain issues, but kindly do not upload the document multiple times.
Thank you. Yes, Sanatan, do you want to speak?
Yeah, I have a few more questions.
Yes, sir.
A lot of our work might have, bols and, notations, basically. So, in that case, we will be using multiple languages, perhaps, and will that be also analyzed? Because notations like things like that. For because we are a dance subject, and there will be these dance bowls, full pallavi that we will write, things like that. So I was wondering, is there a particular format that would be preferred by the system?
Sir, if you are uploading a document which has a lot of things, as you just said, that
yes, dance bowls.
Yes, sir. So in that case, sir, wherever the system finds similarity, the system would bring it to our notice. But as I said, that if the subject matter expert thinks that certain paths need to be excluded, they can be manually deactivated, sir.
Okay, miss. That was my doubt. I just
yes.
Thank you, Sanatan. Anyone else is interested? Ma'am, we have one query by our own professor, Dr. Srimati Meenakshi Iyer Gangopadhyay, our IQAC coordinator.
Yes, ma'am.
Her question is Ouriginal subject friendly, especially with reference to Indian culture, Indian classical dance and music?
Ma'am, it is difficult actually to comment on this, because the database is so extensive that like a particular topic, like I cannot comment on it. However, the database is constantly improving, like every day millions and millions of the content is being added on. So it is an ever-growing database now.
Ma'am, there is one more query by Sadasivan sir.
Yes,
what is the cost of software? Is it licensed or beta version? What about future upgrades?
Sir, we do not provide individual access. we provide access to institutions only. In case if there's a query regarding the pricing or regarding the subscription for a particular institution, sir, I would request you to send us a mail at support@egalactic.in such that the sales team is able to coordinate with you.
Yes. Ma'am, one more question. By Pranali, will Ouriginal detect diacritical text?
Ma'am, just a minute, I'll look into it.
Sorry, ma'am.
Ma'am, just a minute. Ma'am, can someone please explain what is this diacritical text? I'm not aware. I'm sorry, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, should I explain it? Am I
Yes, ma'am,
audible?
please.
Yeah, so there are certain words which are written in diacritical font, as like there are words like Natyashastra, and there are many such words which we write with diacritical marks. So there's T dot below, S dot below, and many such words keep coming in our content or whatever that we are going to write for the research. So such paragraphs or such, like I can say my entire research will have such text and words. So will Ouriginal be able to identify that text, and will it be able to calculate the similarity percent and all of that?
As I said, wherever and whenever the system finds similarity, it would bring it to your notice. So as Sanatan sir wrote, it is Sanskrit in English. So if I'm able to understand it correctly, if it is a Sanskrit word written in English, and if the system finds similarity, ma'am, it would be brought to your notice.
Okay, thank you.
Any more queries?
Ramya ma'am, I have shared with you the Marathi Unicode font also. I have sent it over the email.
Yeah, ma'am. Can I share it in my WhatsApp group, ma'am? For
Please,
others
ma'am.
also?
Please, ma'am. You can do that, ma'am. It is Mangal Aparajita for Windows 7 and Arial Unicode MS.
For Hindi also, ma'am. Marathi and
Yes, ma'am. Hindi, Marathi, same Unicode applying fonts.
So if everyone is done with their queries, may I now request our professor, Dr. Srimati Chinmay Deodar Madam, to propose a vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, so we are now in the last segment of our event today. It was a very informative and successful session about Ouriginal. For organization of a successful event like this, efforts and support of many is required. And I'm now delighted to appreciate these efforts formally. On behalf of Nalanda Nrityakala Mahavidyalaya, I express sincere gratitude towards Preeti Rakhi Madam. It really was very useful, practical and beneficial session for all of us. Thank you very much, Madam, for giving us your time and sharing your knowledge and expertise. Nalanda Parivar is thankful to eGalactic Pune also. I am very grateful to our management, Nalanda Dance Research Center, for the support. Our principal, Dr. Mrs. Uma Rele, has always been a source of inspiration for all the activities taking place in college. Thank you, Miss, for your support. The event was organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cell and Library Advisory Committee of Nalanda Nrityakala Mahavidyalaya in collaboration. On behalf of everyone, I appreciate the efforts taken by committee members of IQAC and Library Advisory Committee, Dr. Mrs. Meenakshi Iyer Gangopadhyay and Mrs. Ramya Shrijes. Thank you very much. This webinar wouldn't have been a success without support of our administrative and non-teaching staff. So we are very thankful to them. A special thanks to Vignesh Mahajan for technical support. Any event cannot become successful without presence and active participation of the participants. So we are grateful to our participants, all the teachers, students and research scholars. Thank you everyone.